Hello, my name is Enzo.
Hi, I'm Isabel.
And we're in lovely Hudson once again. We just can't get enough of this place.
For sure.
And today we're interviewing Joanna McDonald. It's going to be a fun interview because I love people that have these extraordinary abilities, you could say. And we have a pile of interesting questions for them.
Yes. And we have pets. Maybe Gunner, the dog, will get in the photo at some point or in the shoot.
Yes.
Or the cat.
Very possible. So, hope you enjoyed. Have fun. We'll see you soon.
Enjoy.
Hello, my name is Enzo.
Hi, I'm Isabel.
And today we're in Hudson interviewing Joanna McDonald. And we're going to find out a little bit about what she does. So Joanna, I understand you have more than one ability or gift or skill. Could you explain to us what you do for your clients?
For sure. Well, thank you so much for having me. First of all, I'm really happy to be here. I think the easiest way to put it is probably energetic space management. So when I work with my clients, it's body, mind, spirit, and energetic space that they live in or work in. So what we really try to focus on is if there's roadblocks or challenges within them or challenges that they're having in the space that they occupy on a daily basis, what we try to do is move through those and give them the tools to get through that and make their space and their energy feel better.
So are you talking about on a personal level and also on a space level, like combined?
Well, it works in a number of different ways. Actually, what I do is try to meet my clients where they're at in their journey, and we can either work physically as I can channel readings and channel messages for them and help them understand what their body's messages are saying. We can start there.
Wow.
Or we can work a lot with their emotions, or we can work in the space such as their home or their office to uncover some of the things that may be standing in their way. So it just depends on where the client is at, and it's a real holistic approach. Oftentimes where we live is a direct mirror of what's going on inside. So exactly what's where the client is, and happy to start to begin.
So just to touch a bit on what you were just saying, I was really curious about when you were talking about getting messages from the body. So could you maybe just give us an example of a client you've worked with who came with something, maybe some kind of physical manifestation of something, and what does that mean, and what did you get out of, what kind of messages can you get from a person's body?
For sure. Well, a lot of my clients, for some reason, they seem to come in waves, and I'll get waves of people with digestive issues or anxiety or depression. Yeah, and they all kind of come in waves, and it's amazing because it's a gift for me because I learn also on my own self. It brings out things for me as well, so we all learn together. And let's say, for example, I just had a lady last week with a lot of digestive issues, a lot of self-confidence, a lot of self-esteem, a lot of, let's say, accepting her personal power. And this is where we're working and focusing. So really for me as an empath and a medical intuitive, I look at the body system and I am able to discern what the body cells are telling me. The primary messages, the emotional blockages, let's say if there's emotions that are being held in the cells, I translate that for them so that they can have a conscious awareness of perhaps what they're digesting on a regular basis. And then what we try to do is we myself and spirit, try to help translate that for them so that they can work on changing the programming and creating a new life for themselves so that they're well and not instead of ill all the time.
Amazing. So it sounds so holistic in the sense that you're receiving information and messages, you're interpreting it, and then it sounds like there's a bit of a coaching element too, where together you come up with a plan or strategies for that they can implement in their own lives. Or?
Well, my biggest philosophy is that I believe I'm here as a helper, a healer helper, and I don't like to call myself a teacher because that would be me giving you my take on things. So really I would like to call myself a healer. We were talking about spiritual mentorship before, and what I like to call myself as more of a spiritual mentor, where we can come to an awareness together. They can receive the tools they need, and that they can go forward and change their life themselves. This is one of my primary primary philosophies is that people are able to heal themselves and to go forward and make sense of their own journey, and you know, with the help of practitioners and doctors and people around them, to really have a good awareness of where, you know, they're going on their own journey, and that they can really grab the reins and go forward themselves.
Absolutely amazing.
And do you have an office, or do you visit clients? How does that work for you?
I do both. I work from home. I do a lot of my sessions on Skype or by telephone.
Okay.
I'm able to remotely access information, so it makes it easier for me. Sometimes when people are not able to travel or they're not able to leave their space. I also visit people in their garden space. For example, this summer we did a lot of garden sanctuaries, so of course I go out and I'm on site creating actually with my hands in the dirt, creating things. So it's a little bit of both, yeah.
And just for the viewers, you do use Feng Shui principles, correct?
I do, yeah. I'm trained as a Feng Shui master, and I don't believe that anything is ever wasted, any kind of information is ever wasted. So every step that I've had along the way, every single job, even if it was not specifically related to what I do now, has had an element of, you know, inspiration and information for myself to use in my little tool bag, I guess, of wisdom, has carried me this far. And you know.
So that ties in very well with something that I was really curious to ask you, because I was on your website, and so I saw a bit of your background, and I saw that you were previously in hospitality and event management, and one of my first thoughts was, wow, I wonder how did you end up doing, you know, from doing this kind of work to then, I'm talking about hospitality work in this case, to what you do now.
Interesting story, actually. I think we all have our you know, our plans and our ideas and our dreams, and God sometimes steers us down another path that we've never even imagined or dreamed, where we can use all of our gifts and all of our talents. And I never ever in my wildest dreams, if you told me, you know, 20 years ago that this is what I'd be doing today, I'd be like, I don't know about that. And when I came out of high school, and I went to John Abbott, I got out of high school, went to John Abbott, I did social sciences, and I had it in my head that I wanted to be a chef. I'm still a passionate foodie, and I wine and let's say culinary arts, and really making home, you know, Martha Stewart's one of my biggest or one of her biggest fans, put it that way. And I was always into making things really nice. And then I got burnt out. I worked many hours on my feet, eating, drinking all hours of the day and night. I didn't take care of myself, and I wound up flat on my bum, very sick for a number of years. So quite a lot of my adult life I was spent in and out of hospitals. I've been very sick. And through that, I decided to I had this brainwave that I was going to go into massage therapy, because I thought, well, I'll have a bed and breakfast with a spa, which is still kind of one of my, you know, bucket list items that I want to do in the future. But I thought, well, I'll do this bed and breakfast with a spa, and then I'll have sort of the culinary with the spa. And I'm a firm believer in an owner of a business or an enterprise that has really been in the trenches, that knows what their employees are going through, that it's a sign of a good leader, let's say, when you know what your employees are going through. So I said to myself, well, if I'm going to be a massage therapist, then I'm going to be able to appreciate and empathize with the people that are working for me. Well, lo and behold, out of that came a beautiful angelic teacher that I had, my physiology teacher, who was a Reiki master and very much a medium and empath. And as soon as I met her, she set me on the path to Reiki 1 and then crystal healing, and then that snowball went through, you know, for spirituality, just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. And I think I just kept following the breadcrumbs that God was dropping for me, and I said to myself, well, this is fun. This is fun. This is fun. And I just kept following a path that made me feel good. And I really don't, like I said, I couldn't have predicted it about 20 years ago, because I was really dead set on being a chef. Nobody could have pulled me away from that. And then lo and behold, it really, you know, so the gift in it, and it was the illness, and I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, but in fact that illness was a huge gift, because it was an awakening of my spirituality and the real Joanna, I guess.
Right, and I would imagine that when you were going through that period of being ill, I can think of times when I had gone through, you know, nothing serious, but even like, let's say, chronic bronchitis or things like that. And I remember just being so desperate to tap into my body and better understand that, so I can understand how that would have been a catalyst for just getting to know yourself better and your body better.
Well, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. I wouldn't be able to help other people if I hadn't gone through this myself. And through massage therapy, I mean, you come out with basically a medical undergrad. Like that's as much anatomy, and you get a lot of medical information in the course that I took. And for myself, my own experience now, when I have clients, this is, I think, what opened up that huge door of medical intuition, is that using my spidey sense and all of the experience, it's really it's helpful. Obviously, I couldn't do it without it.
So, with all these wonderful skills, I'm sure you've had all kinds of clients. Is there one that stands out in your head that you can tell us about that was really
I have
great
so many beautiful people that have crossed my path, and they're all so lovely in their own way. I've never had the same client twice, similar, but never twice. One lady that was one of my first clients in Calgary, I was, when I first started off, I think I thought I was going to be a Feng Shui master or something right after my course. And she was so awesome and beautiful in her own way, and she wanted to attract her partner of her life, her soulmate, so much. And right then I was going through a little bit of a hard time myself with loneliness and being alone and a whole bunch of different things. Anyways, it was sort of like she was the mirror coming in for me to heal as well. And I remember her because she was so passionate about it, and we walked through her whole house and we spent so much time there. I spent about 2-3 months working through every room of her space and really getting to know her and getting to know myself. And I don't even think I remember getting paid adequately or anything like that. I did a whole bunch of, threw myself into the project. Anyways, at the end of it, she did end up finding her partner, and she's like so happy today. And to me, that was just like, I thought, wow, at that point, this is really like something, like I'm onto something here. And then that further, was a catalyst to making me keep going on this. And I just thought, okay, these are miracles that are happening here in people's lives. And with the sheer power of the mind and envisioning what you want and creating an amazing space for yourself, I thought, well, this is really cool.